start with the recording. So I guess it's doing it now. Yay! We're totally recording. So we are back to recording the old vampire way, where occasionally my voice doesn't get going at all. So hopefully that doesn't happen. I do have tape on the button that used to make that happen. So hopefully that won't happen. And we don't have all of the
Okay.
other nonsense, which would have worked great, except that it never worked great. So we don't have any of that crap going. So we are back to people watching. Will see my GM notes, the things that I have hidden from the players, so they don't get to see everything from players' point of view. But you know, if the sound works, I think that's what's more important by a lot. So there we are. Okay, let's move on to our little recap, which I didn't have a whole lot to put because last time was just the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
Last time on the reckoning of El Paso.
That was a lot of
Knuckle Duster posted again. He's totally not dead. His video shows him in the hospital, banged up from a car accident that he claimed to have been in. Well, even if he was really just in a car accident, someone still killed his mother. So something strange is going on. So after Dr. De Leon recognizes the hospital that he's posted from, the group were on their way. Sarah gets a call from her father, and most of the group gets to overhear a bit of her personal family struggles. So that's pretty much the only thing that came about from that. And then just, you know, coolness from us because like, oh my god, Jackson it. And then we get to Steven's hospital, where Dr. De Leon and Priscilla go inside with Jasper's drone in their bag. The hospital is it's always a dull one, leaving everyone inside full of dread and despair. You know, pretty much all hospitals have this sense to them. You know, that's where everybody's sick and dying is. But this is worse. And the 7th floor was even worse. So when they arrived on the 7th floor, they caught sight of the man in gray having a discussion with Dr. Stevens, who is the owner of the hospital. It is a private hospital that he owns. And he's also the top hematologist in the city. He recognizes Dr. De Leon right away, but Jorge was able to talk him out of being suspicious that you guys were up there. So Jorge and Priscilla disappear into a little boy's room and go through the process of pretending to be his doctor, while they wait for the man in gray and Dr. Stevens to leave. Once it's clear, they head to Knuckle Duster's room. At first, Knuckle Duster is very interested in Priscilla. But when she gets too close, he shies away from her and even asks her to step back. Priscilla leaves and Dr. De Leon continues his investigation. Though he never gets too close, Knuckle Duster seems off. He invites Dr. De Leon closer, trying to draw him in, and Jorge gets the sense of a predatory nature coming from him and steps back. Knuckle Duster's breathing is slower than it should be, his color's just a little off, whiter, paler. Priscilla notices the man in gray on his way to Knuckle Duster's room and texts a warning to Jorge, and the two of them make it out of the hospital, only being spotted by Dr. Stevens as they exit. From here, the plan is for Jasper's drone to wait for the man in gray and track him as best as it can. Hopefully he doesn't get on the freeway. Jordan and Jorge will wait for Knuckle Duster to be released and follow him. And Sarah and Priscilla are headed back to the Black Pussy to start poring over what they know and trying to narrow down the possibilities of what the man in gray may actually be and what he's done to Knuckle Duster. And that is where we are. So, move you guys back to our title page. So we're going to start with the drone spotting the man in gray leaving the hospital only about 15 minutes or so after the girls left.
Okay, so I'm gonna be following the man in gray, right?
Yep.
He's going. Can I get Okay, yeah. Cool. So, I guess as he's getting there, can I do like an awareness check to see if he's
Yeah, you go through
like
all your
the temperature and
systems.
stuff?
You're checking him to see if he's a blank body.
Yes.
My stupid ass duct tape chair is coming apart again.
That's not a sentence I was
You
expecting.
shouldn't be able to. You shouldn't be like making things out of duct tape.
I just repair it with duct tape. Repairs everything, but it doesn't stay repaired. Okay, so yeah,
I had a backpack
you're
that
gonna
was
make
scrapped.
the roll out of
Oh?
through technology or something because of your perk, right? Or because
Yes.
of your edge with the drum. So go ahead and make that roll. And let's see what you got.
And then it's. I just need to check something because I remember. Let's see here.
It's intelligence and technology, I believe.
No, it's wits and. I was just seeing how many dice to add.
That's a lot of
Right.
dice. to Only have 3 successes.
I-
Just saying.
Hot damn.
Why'd you roll 10 dice?
Well, okay, so the wits is 3, in technology is 4. I have a specialty with technology for the drone, and then for in my my safe house, I have the technology laboratory of 2 dots.
Okay. Cool. Yep. You got 3 successes. Yeah, that's good enough. So I shouldn't have even made you roll knowing you had 10 dice, honestly. So yeah, you run it through the heat scanner, and he is a blank body. You don't exactly know what that means, but he is one. He is one of the people that the task force was tracking, or one of the type of people. He might not have been one specific. So you know that. So now you have information you can share with them if you want. And he gets in his car and he starts driving.
Right. Yeah.
And you follow, and you can keep up at a decent pace. If he gets on the freeway, if he starts going 60, 70 miles an hour, you're going to lose him. Lucky for you, he doesn't. But while you're pursuing him, you can, talk with them, explain to them what you know about blank bodies and the fact that he is one. Go for it.
Okay,
make
so
up
are we connected by?
Group chat.
Yeah.
All right. So, guys, you remember how I said that I was involved with an organization that was looking into these things? I mean, to a certain type of entity that didn't have like a whole lot of body heat. None really. Well, our doctor is one of them.
Not the doctor. The man in gray.
The doctor.
Okay.
Yeah, the man in gray, not our doctor. Never mind, you're right. The doctor I'm following is one of them. He's
not a
cold
doctor.
He's not? I thought he was a hematologist.
Nope. That's the other
No,
guy.
that's our
the guy
doctor.
he was talking to.
Oh, okay.
Oh
Alright,
no,
so-
yeah, that's right. The hematologist owns a hospital where
That's Dr. Stevens, who owns the
Sirius's
hospital.
character is an infectious disease.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's why I got confused.
Yeah. No.
The
The man in
so,
gray
yeah,
is
this-
only the man in gray, to the best of your knowledge. None of you know who he is
Yeah.
or what he does.
But just to make sure, like I do have his license plate on the like it was recorded, right? Because I'm following him.
You have it
Or do
now.
I need to- Okay.
So what
His
what are we
license
looking
plate
at with
just goes-
these blank body things?
When his license plate leads to a registration for someone, the name doesn't matter. It's not his base.
Okay. Sorry. Go ahead.
So what's the deal with these blank body things? What are we dealing with?
Well, we've been there's quite a few individuals within the city. Just let me know if I overstep. Right,
Yeah.
Sestonn?
Yep. Just say what you think.
there's quite a few-
Just say what you think Jasper knows, or is at least willing to tell them, and I'll correct you if I think that you're giving Jasper too much knowledge.
All right, yeah, I just want to make sure. So these things they've been following for a while. We don't know a whole lot about them. We know that they kind of they seem to have like they're, they shouldn't be alive because they don't have body heat. But and there's I hold on, sorry. Let me just take a sip here. So we've been following these things for a while. We're not quite sure what they are. They look like humans, but of course their bodies don't act like humans. We did manage to get one that we believed was dead. It was, it was stiff as a board, but there was a group of these things. They broke into the area that I was stationed in, and they're kind of insane. Like one of them busted down a metal door and splatted a friend of mine just all over a room. So they're strong, they're fast, and their bodies do not operate like humans. They don't really follow biological laws as far as we can tell.
Have you ever seen any of them eat, sleep, poop?
No, we don't have too much on them, and even if we did, I didn't get that far into the organization to know about that.
Well, you said that they, from what you see with the low body heat and all that, you don't think that they should be alive. Do they eat? Do they, drink? What are we looking at? How do they subsist?
Well, that's what he said. He doesn't know.
Sorry, cut out for me.
Oh,
No
yeah.
worries.
I just finished asking him if did he ever see him eat, and you just asked it too.
Sorry. What are they doing? Before you left, did you get any intel on them before you left at all?
I got their license. I got the guy's license plate, but it doesn't belong to him.
Okay.
Like the face on the car is not his.
So it's a stolen car. Okay. Incredibly strong. Shouldn't be alive. With the methods that we understand life.
I mean, the thing I'm thinking of is if he has this other person's car, what happened to the other person? Like if we were to, you think if we look into this, we'll find another body? Because I'm kind of curious if that they're leaving a trail like that.
You'll have the address for the guy who's supposed to own the car.
Okay. Well, let's put that in our back pocket to check later, because at the moment we're a little too spread as it is.
Yeah.
The girls are arriving at the Black Pussy just about now. She is closing up, but not closed yet when you arrive.
Okay, this is not.
I didn't give her music. Oh, there it
Shut
goes.
up.
Yeah.
Yep. I forgot her name. Damn it.
Letty.
Tisha?
Letitia.
Letty,
I was gonna
that's
say
right.
Letitia.
Oh.
No, he's got to say it like Morticia. Letitia.
Letitia.
Letty, hey.
Oh, hey!
We need a little help on some research.
You know, it's getting kind of late. Make me a... I don't know. What... Is there a persuasion in this fucking game? I still haven't learned what all your dumbass...
A manipulation.
Well, it's going to be charisma.
There should be a persuasion.
Is there persuasion on there? What's the closest thing to persuasion if there's not?
Yeah. Persuasion?
Yeah.
It is. There's a skill called
Make a
persuasion.
charisma and persuasion.
Yeah, I have
roll.
I have
Yeah, let's make
no
a charisma
persuasion. I have
persuasion roll for
performance, but-
Priscilla. Or maybe Priscilla went home. Let's have Priscilla go home. So it's just you.
Yeah, Priscilla got distracted. All right. So I have no persuasion.
She had to send boost
Just roll
in
charisma. Then.
followers and had to,
Jorge with them?
No, you're with me.
Oh, we didn't
I
even
got
go back to
no
okay, we broke up.
successes.
No successes. Oh, I'm sorry, darling. I'll be back at 9 in the morning. Would you come on by? I can help you out with whatever it is you need.
Off the top of your heads, what creatures don't generate body heat?
Abominable snowman? I don't know.
That looks like
what
a
are you
human.
talking about? It looks like a human and it doesn't have body heat. I don't know.
Right. But think on it, and I guess we'll come back.
Okay. All right, and you get turned away because you have no charisma or persuasion. And Priscilla left. She would have been able to
0.
talk her way in. Okay,
She... yeah.
let's go back to the title page. Let's do a scene with Serious Jess is here now.
Yes.
I heard him for a second, but maybe he's still busy.
I heard him talking.
Maybe
Sorry.
He's still...
I didn't realize I was on mute. Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Then we'll go to a scene. We might even do this twice because you guys are going to be out here all night. With Jorge and Jordan are just in the car, keeping an eye on the front door and waiting for Knuckle Duster to be released.
Damn. This stuff just keeps piling up, don't it?
You did just hear about the man in gray having no body.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys can talk about that if you want. I don't know. Talk about whatever you want. I'm just giving you a scene.
So, what drew you to this life? Is this life? I don't know.
Battle between good and evil, Jordan.
I'm going to leave you guys to talk
Plain
for
and
a second,
simple.
find some scissors, and try to fix my chair before I get duct tape stuck to me again. So keep going.
Well, I mean, something must have happened. I mean, you must have run into something. What'd you run into?
It's a long story, I guess. For
Mhm.
as I get to know you more, I can
It's personal?
you can share more. It says a lot about me and about my life and where I was, and we haven't had the chance to sit. I don't know what your beliefs are, and what you believe exists in this world. You and I have been drawn together because as part of this group, because I think you believe in the battle between good and evil, like I do.
Well, I guess you could say something like that, but different people, watching over us. I'm a heathen Atrasu.
Oh, I'm sorry, I don't know what that means.
The Norse pantheon: Thor, Odin, Freya.
I'm vaguely familiar with it. But not more so than I would, not really closely. But yes, I'm familiar with those Norse gods. So,
Those are my
at
gods.
least generally.
Those are my gods.
I mean, yeah. But what do you mean? What do you mean by that?
You were at one point in your life. I bet you were kind of like pulled toward your belief system. Even if you were raised, raised in a Christian household, you felt a drawing to your faith because it obviously means a lot to you. I kind of had a similar thing. I just the martial life that speaks to the rest of to all of eternity afterward. It just kind of drew me. That, and it kind of, the way I kind of found it kind of like spoke to me too. Yeah.
That's interesting. Please tell me more if you feel inclined to.
It's gonna sound like the dirtiest shit ever, but Renaissance fairs.
Maybe one, but
Basically, I belong to a group that's sort of similar, and one of the things that kind of like really drew me to it was their armored combat, and the people that you meet along the way. Some of them are more mystical in nature.
You're cutting out.
Mood, follow this particular path. So that's what kind of like spoke to me. And then when I ran into my supernatural thing, it kind of just, it all made sense. It just, am I saying that, Odin is going to, judge everyone when they die to see if they are worthy to cross the Bifrost or anything like that? No. I don't know. I can't speak for everyone, but I think I can speak for myself.
That makes sense. And what do you, when you talk about the armored combat, was this more like was it like a reenactment type of thing, or you guys were?
It was medieval reenactors that, like, the idea is, they wore real armor but smacked each other with sticks, and it really like spoke to me,
So how did at what point did that turn mystical for you? When did you connect that with a belief system for your deities?
But as I said, I met other people who were Trasu, and it with that, with the calling that the armored combat struck a chord with me, and with the appreciation of our actions through eternity, the glories that we raised during our life, it all just made sense to me. Like, before, religion was kind of like a thing, that other people did. But when I started listening to other people's paths who were a part of it, it really kind of spoke to me.
What is a Trasu? Are you? I'm not sure what that is. Is that the religion?
Yeah, it is a religion. It is the official, the current branch of heathenry that worships the Norse gods.
Gotcha. Well, like you, or like you said, you didn't start very religious, and I was brought up in a Catholic household, so I guess my window into religion was Catholicism, and I grew up with that most of my life, But I wouldn't say I was very religious ever until recently, only fairly recently in my life. I didn't really think about religion that much. I was pretty self-absorbed. I was a medical doctor, as you know. I am a medical doctor. I made quite a bit of money for myself, and I lived a pretty indulgent life, just worried about my own needs. I thought trying to be there for my family, but even that was selfish, and I was just kind of living life the way that I wanted and following whatever my inclinations were. So at one point,
I think we've all been there at one point or another.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, despite being married, I fell in love with another woman because I was living this life of being married and thinking that I could, go off and do what I wanted on the side too, and because that's what I wanted. I fulfilled my pleasure. So I won't say I regret it because the young woman that I was seeing was extremely remarkable. She was a young law student who I, happened to meet, and we took up this relationship, and unexpectedly, I started to fall in love with her. We started dating, and there was one weekend. It was in 2020, Columbus Day, and we met up at our favorite hotel in Paso, and we were having drinks at the bar. And we'd met up at his hotel before and had little dates. This one, I don't know, today we were feeling particularly playful. There was a wedding going on that we noticed came into the bar, and we decided, hey, we're going to crash this wedding. That's how playful we were. And that's what made her exciting. My home life was this steady, my wife was loving and doting, but she wasn't fun like this. Maybe it was the youthful energy.
Well, that's sometimes the problem with monogamy. Sometimes you just can't pull all that you need out of one person. And,
I
go ahead.
Think about that more for myself. I'd still think about that more. I'd say Aza was the name of the young lady who I was seeing on the side, and I think that night, especially as we crashed this wedding, we played like we were a married couple, invited to the wedding. We had an amazing time. Then I realized that I actually loved her. I think I could say now I loved her more than my wife. And she was everything. I think at that point, that's what I was realizing. She was thought I could have a monogamous relationship with this woman. So after having probably the best time together, we were both pretty drunk. I headed back up to the room. I was extra flirtatious and everything, but when we got off that elevator, Jordan, the lights, it was weird. The lights were flickering on that hallway. And we start to walk past, we start to walk down the hallway toward our room. And we walked past a room, and the door was upside down. Only it wasn't a door. It was like somebody had drawn a door on the wall and drawn it upside down. I pointed at it, and I thought maybe I might be drunker than I thought I was, but Aza saw it too. And then she asked me, "Do you think it's art?" But it wasn't art. It was, Jordan, the hotel was posh, but it was like in a classic way, not like this kind of art, weird, almost like witchcraft type of door. It's weird. It was upside down. It was like a drawn-on hotel door, and then it opened somehow. Like the space between wherever the door was drawn, and whatever the room inside was, just opened up. And what's really weird is I don't remember what happened next. I kind of came back to my senses in the closed hotel bar. The staff was agitated, and I obviously wasn't supposed to be there. Maybe came back to my senses is the wrong way to say it. I felt like I was coming up for air after being underwater, and Aza was nowhere to be found. I tried to call her, but it went straight to voicemail. When I got back to my hotel room, I kind of drifted there. She wasn't there either, but her overnight bag was. And I threw up. Less from being drunk and more from like the strangeness of all of it, how it made me feel. Like I was the one upside down or inside out or something. So I walked back down to the front desk. I asked the staff. Nobody had seen her. I didn't call the police. Because what would I say, right? My mistress and I crashed a wedding, got really drunk, and I saw a weird hand-drawn door on your 9th floor, and I don't remember what happened after that, but she's not picking up her phone. So I kind of just, I don't know, maybe I was being irrational. And maybe I was being selfish again, not wanting to face the music, having to blow this situation up. But a few days passed, and I still wasn't able to contact her. And because of the kind of, shameful nature, I guess you would say, of our relationship and how undercover it was. I had never met any of her. Well, just so it was an affair, so I never met any of her friends or her mother. I mean, Gil was part of it. I mean, I didn't meet these people because our relationship was this kind of special off limits thing that we had. It was just between us, and we didn't engage in that. I don't know. It hadn't become reality yet. And that night, I had wanted it to, but then this situation happened, and so she had disappeared. Now 2 weeks passed. I still hadn't heard from her, and finally, I started getting frantic and desperate, and so I drove all the way up to her law school. She would go to University of New Mexico Law School. It was New Mexico State Law, and so that's like an hour and a half, right, from El Paso. So she was like, she would come down and see me, and she was down that weekend to see me. So I thought maybe she went back to law school, and I don't know, maybe I did something to anger her. I drove up to law school. I started asking around about her, telling them I was her doctor, kind of like what we just did with Knuckle Duster. And eventually I found out she hadn't shown up to her classes. Her mother reported her missing. So, and I'm sorry, bear with me, and it's a bit of a long story, maybe more than you asked for, which is why I didn't want to say anything. I know it's a lot.
You broke off for a bit.
Oh, I said, bear with me. I know this is probably a longer story than you bargained for.
Man.
Which is kind
We
of
got time to kill.
Well, so you can imagine 2 weeks passing. She's missing now, and now more and more. Now the guilt really started getting to me. I got more depressed and agitated. I debated going to police, but I didn't know what I'd tell them. Right? I'm sound crazy or like I'm a liar if I mention the door. And then I'm thinking, now I'm coming around asking about her disappearance, and now all of a sudden, maybe they turn back on me. Yeah, I become a suspect, and then the police start asking me, questions, and then now my family gets questioned, and I'm thinking about dealing with all of that, and I have a daughter, and and I was thinking about how my daughter would look at me, so, I just kind of started dropping into this depression, and another week goes by. I start becoming more anxious, depressed, moody. I start dealing with it by self-medicating with alcohol.
Self-medication is a slippery slope.
Yeah. And my family notices. My job noticed. And then finally, I get really, really sauced one night. This is about now 2 months after Aza's disappearance. So, it sounds horrible now when I think about it. I let 2 months go with this woman I love having disappeared, and I hadn't told the police, or I hadn't done everything I could, I guess, to pursue her. Again, focusing on my needs. So I finally broke down and I told my wife everything. So of course she sent me packing. And then, again, with my job, I realized I was a wreck and I couldn't really help others. I was a wreck myself. So I told them I was going to be taking a sabbatical. Then I really went into rock bottom, and I went through some more benders, and the drinking got really, really bad. And, just really bad things. I hit a point that I'm just really ashamed. I don't even want to think about how bad it got. But finally, amidst all that self-hate, I went to the police. I was pretty fast caring about consequences. And I told them about the night, except something in me said, still leave out the part about the door. So I never told the police about the door. But I was right about becoming the suspect, because immediately they took a big interest in me.
Yeah.
I cooperated completely. I didn't even hire a lawyer, man. I wanted her found. I wanted to do anything I could to help her found, but I just didn't think the hotel door would, that door
consequences
would
be damned.
Right, but I just telling them about the door. I didn't even know how to address it, and I thought it was crazy. And I thought maybe they'll just pull the video cam, and maybe they'll see. Maybe I was really drunk. I don't know what was up, So eventually they pulled the security footage, and what the police told me was, the 50th detective said, they pulled the footage from the hotel. It showed her and I at the bar. It showed us at the wedding. It even showed us in the elevator afterwards. But all that footage from the cameras on the 9th floor, that was the floor that we were on that night. It was inaccessible, I think was the word he said. They couldn't find it. The hotel's IT couldn't figure it out. It was just gone. So the police kind of, even though they were still suspicious of me, they never arrested. I went at some point again, just trying to do whatever I could to make amends. And I found out where her mother lives eventually. I went to see her, and she didn't invite me in. So I told her in the doorway just everything about our relationship and how much I loved your daughter. I told her how confused I was about that night, and I even confided in her about the door. She didn't say anything, or she just spit in my face. So I left quietly. I've been kind of secretly taking care of her ever since, financially and things. She doesn't know, but and that's I told you. Things get right. Her and even that, because if she knew it was me, she might reject it. So I go out of my way to do things. I have the landlord on basically a deal where I pay him more. I take care of the rent. He tells her he's getting some kind of government subsidy for having her as a tenant, and she pays no rent or something really little. So back to the religion, I guess. I told you I was raised Catholic, I wasn't really religious, but I was at that point rock bottom, man. I just didn't know. I couldn't commit suicide because that wouldn't help anything, right? I wanted to make the situation better. I needed to write it. I just didn't know where to turn to, so I turned to God, like a lot of people do. And I came in the Catholic religion. It was kind of the lens I viewed the world, religion through. So I threw myself into it, right? And I paid special attention to references in the scriptures. I studied about the battle between good and evil, and that really spoke to me. And began to read very deeply into certain passages where I believe that in the Bible, it makes reference to real monsters that roam the earth, which I think your religion does, references real monsters roam the earth. So when I read the Bible and any other religious text, because I've kind of tried to educate myself about different religions, I feel there's a consistent theme where they spell out a very real battle between good and evil. It's not metaphorical. I believe there is a battle here on earth between good and evil, and it is not a metaphor. It is happening, and and we treat it like almost like human beings do, right? With climate change and all that, we pretend like it doesn't exist. It's just this story. It's this thing that it's kind of there, but it's not a real present imminent threat. But no, it very clearly is, and I think all of these scriptures are trying to tell us that, and we ignore it. I got to the point where I was going to church every day, praying, volunteering, donating significant money. I was confessing and I was seeking enlightenment. And after a bunch of conversations, I think that I began to think the clergy knew a great deal about what I was talking about, the battle between good and earth, good and evil on earth. And I kept hearing about something they were referring to, an organization in the church. And they were very tight-lipped on the subject. This organization seemed to be very attuned, right, to what I was talking about.
Secret organizations need to be secret.
Yes. And that's the way they treated it in the Catholic Church. And I started to feel like they were grooming me for a deeper involvement, in this organization. But it's somewhere along the lines when I can't figure it out. Maybe I was too pushy. Maybe I said the wrong thing to the wrong person. Maybe they could smell the desperation on me, or maybe that I was broken deep inside after these events. I couldn't figure it out because I'm usually pretty good with people. I can connect. I can read people. But on this subject, I kind of found myself on the outside of a locked door. So I decided to leave the church because this is where I think you and I can bond, because I may not believe in your gods the way that you believe in them, but I feel like these greater powers of good and evil are the same thing that all religions are talking about. So if you think about good and evil, let's say this battle, these deities, these forces that exist, you think about them like the internet, and religion is just your browser. So if Catholicism is a Firefox or whatever, Chrome, let's say Catholicism is Chrome, and yours might be Microsoft Edge. We're looking at the same thing through different lenses, and it may even manifest to us differently. I don't think that it might be in a way that we don't quite understand.
Yeah.
So in any case, I left the Catholic Church. I took my resources and I founded a new church, and it's called the Church of the Seventh Trumpet. And if you know anything about the Bible, the seventh trumpet references the seven trumpets that are sounded when the reckoning happens, when at the end of times.
Yeah, I heard
And
something about it.
yeah, the apocalypse, and the seventh trumpet is when good will triumph over evil. So that's why I call my church the Seventh Trumpet. The Catholic Church, I got the sense that they didn't like that. They might still be keeping tabs on me, but I don't think they think I'm very much of a quote unquote threat. And I'd say I'm not, because we're fighting the same fight. I do believe they're on the side of good, hopefully, although maybe their hubris and the way that they approach things might unfortunately be playing into evil's hands. But my church is less about rote memorization of Bible passages and sticking to this prescribed way that good has to be this exact way, and it's more about preparing us for that deeper battle of good and evil that exists here on earth. And not everybody in my flock knows this, Jordan. I mean, I have to kind of ease this into people.
Yeah, this is not something that you could just drop on someone and expect them to be okay with.
Right. So what I do is, I preach the values that everybody should know. Be good, follow these good, be kind to each other, further good. But that I do say good is a real thing here on earth, and good and evil, we should struggle in these general concepts I throw out to my flock. But it's the ones that I can feel have that special interest in that battle and being soldiers toward it. Those are the ones that, I have a special relation. There's a deeper circle in my church, and those people, those are the people that I can call on if we need to help us with little things. I mean, they're not trained fighters I'm not a trained fighter by any means, but they'll go to bat for us if we need them.
Logistics, every army marches on its stomach. Logistics is important.
Yes, absolutely. So that, in a nutshell, is well, not really a nutshell, and more than you bargained for in a story, is kind of how I came into religion.
All right,
And why I'm not super, when people say religion.
Let's cut away. And Sarah, what are you? Are you just going home to take a moment to sleep, or you got something else you want to do?
No, I kind of figured I'd go to a Whataburger and just sit there with my computer and Google some shit.
Okay.
Specifically, if you Google supernatural creature without body heat, and so I found this one article that talked about 30 mythical creatures and where to find them, and at the top of it, there's the humanoids, and honestly,
Keep going.
the list is short.
Mm-hmm.
Because it gives me like the bogeyman, the vampire, something called a Daibuk, which is from Jewish folklore, and a banshee, and something called a Pontianak, or a zombie. But I think we can rule out zombie. Pontianak is they come from Indonesia and Malaysia, said to be the souls of women who die whilst pregnant. He doesn't look like a white girl in a white dress, so no. Okay. I would say he's probably not a banshee either.
You're gonna do, an hour or two's worth of research in the Whataburger.
Yeah, I'm in a rabbit hole right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's go to the drone. See how the drone's doing. See how Jasper's doing. So Jasper, your drone is downtown. Luckily, he never got on a road where he went faster than you were able to chase him. And he is downtown.
All right, so I'm following him.
Yeah, and you have been. You have been following him for like half an hour or so already. He's had a couple of meetings with groups of men in black who are, scouring downtown, talking to people. They're going inside buildings, especially apartment buildings. He has 2 men in black with him, and he's walking down this alley. Walking around the corner and meeting him is this man with long flowing white hair in a very expensive black suit, black long coat. And behind him is a woman. She's behind and to the right of him is a woman. She doesn't look particularly menacing or anything. She's just standing behind him. She seems, the way she's acting is as if she is his muscle. But she doesn't appear to be anybody's muscle, really. I mean, she's not a little person. She's, you know, she's got some strength to her. She's got some size to her, but you know, she doesn't have a gun. She's dressed like she is in the picture. You know, she's nothing fancy. He's something fancy. And when the man in gray sees him, he stops. And they just stare at each other for a second. And then I have some shit wrote down. Let me find it. Okay, and then the man with the white hair just waves his hand in front of him, and you hear 2 gunshots. And both of the men in black who are with the man in gray fall. And he looks at them, and he looks over at the man with the white hair, and he says, "What the hell are you doing?" The man in the white hair says, "Our time is over. This is a really bad time for this bullshit. Your mistakes have hurt all of us. We're cleaning it up. Just give me time to clean it up. Not anymore. Damn it, right? This isn't the time." And the man in white reaches a hand inside of his coat pocket, like his inside breast height coat pocket, and he pulls out a 3-foot long sword and just levels it at the man in gray. "You tell the Black Rose that this region is off limits." And the man in gray says, "You don't want to do this." So holding the sword in his right hand, he waves his left hand. 2 more gunshots go off, striking the man in gray. The man in gray falls to his knees. "You're making a big mistake," the man in gray says. The man with the white hair approaches him, holds the sword just under his chin. "This is your last chance, Ortiz. I can always find another messenger." The man in gray says, "The cleanup." The man with the white hair interrupts him. "We will continue the cleanup." The man in gray stands back up, kind of dusts himself off. Even there are 2 bullet holes in it, like one in his shoulder, one in his right shoulder, one in his left side of his gut. You can see clearly the red spot and the explosion of, the hole in the clothes. But there's no seeping blood coming from those wounds. The man in gray stands up, dusts himself off. "You're absolutely sure you want to do this?" And the white-haired man just looks at him. "You're trespassing." And the man in gray turns around and walks away.
I'm sorry. Before the man in gray walks away, Was I able to get the body readings of the other two, the guy with the white hair and his muscle?
Both of them are not blank bodies. They both have a heat signature.
Oh, okay. Then after that, I'll probably continue to follow the man in gray.
Mhm. Well, as soon as he gets out of line of sight of the guy with the white hair, then he pulls out his cell phone and he starts texting.
Can I get behind him and see any of it?
You can try.
Can you
Like
intercept any of it?
I don't know if I can intercept it, but I mean, just to like, if I can see it, I can see the number.
Okay,
Probably.
Make a stealth roll through the drone.
Ready?
Yep.
Technology. Width. And then let's see, I got the. It's 10, I think. So it should be 10. $11 successes. Oh wait, no,
it's
that's a
not.
0,
You
so
gotta-
it got
you
weird.
gotta count them yourself. It's probably 8 or something. It's still a lot. He has 2.
Oh, there's 2 zeros. Oh,
Well, 2 zeros counts as 4. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
No.
7, 8, 9.
If-
9. So yeah, you got 9 successes and he got 2. So yeah, you come up real close, and you see the messages he's sending. He sends the same message 3 times. It says, "We have to leave. We have to leave. We have to leave."
is
Men
there
in Black
a
start
number?
leaving the apartment buildings within minutes.
Oh, what?
Within
Didn't hear
minutes, the Men in Black that he has scouring downtown are coming out of the buildings.
Oh, jeez. And are these people, or are they just blank
They're
bodies?
people. Wait,
Okay.
that one's not a person. That one's not a person. Most of them are people. Two of them aren't people. They start getting in cars, and the man in gray gets in a car. He is the same car that we've been before.
Is it? Okay. Well, can I? No, I'll follow the man in gray. I'll continue to follow him.
Okay, just a second. We can do that scene now with his jackets around. Do 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 do. We can do the scene if you are around. Okay. And then we can cut back over to Sarah. I don't have a Whataburger, so we're just gonna put you back on title page.
Okay.
What? You don't have a
I
Whataburger
don't
right
have
at
a
hand?
Whataburger. No. Okay. So, you've been down this rabbit hole for a couple of hours when 2 FBI agents show up. And they come walking over to your table. The first one holds out his badge.
Do they stop at my table?
Yeah, they stop at your table. The first one holds out his badge. Excuse me, miss. I am Special Agent. I don't know. Pick a name.
Redacted.
Say again?
I said redacted.
Anthony Bliss.
Special Agent
Redacted,
redacted.
Special Agent Redacted. Yeah. Special Agent Williams. And he shows you his badge. And then he just sits
Hi.
down. He sits down in the seat across from you. And the other agent is still standing. You've been busy tonight. We are interested in whatever made you start searching this. And he closes your laptop. What have you seen?
I don't have to talk to you.
You don't? You absolutely don't. He turns your laptop around and opens it. And starts backing his
Well,
way
problem
through.
is he closed my laptop.
Oh, yeah.
He can't because he closed my laptop. In order to get back into it, he's gotta know the password.
He just takes it then. Hands it
That's
to the
illegal
other guy.
search and seizure, sir.
We'll see about that, miss. So, come with us. And he claps his hands and stands up. Please come along with us.
I don't have to.
Yes. Yes, you
Unless
do.
you're gonna arrest me, you have to tell me what you're arresting me for, and you have to read me my rights, and I don't have to talk to you.
I don't know what
I don't
world
have to
you
come
think
with
you're
you.
living in. That is not the way it works. Now, you can come with us.
I know I'm living in America.
You can come with us peacefully, quietly, and have no problems. And we'll, we'll find out what you know. Or you can come with us the way that you certainly don't want to. What's it going to be?
Dead.
What's it going to be, Miss Levington?
I pull out my phone and I call 911.
Okay. He lets you. 911, what's your emergency?
I have two guys here saying that they're FBI agents trying to take me in without any charges.
Okay. You just hold there.
I'm not
ma'am.
convinced they're FBI agents.
Where are you?
I'm
Where's
at the
your location?
Whataburger on
Okay, and you tell her.
Whataburger on Dyer.
Okay. And stay on the line with me, and we have a car on its way to you.
I'll also text my dad.
Okay. I'm gonna test him because he answered me. Let's see. Nah, we're not gonna do that. He says he's busy. I don't want to bother him and try and draw him in. Okay.
Okay.
What do you text him?
Why are FBI agents trying to pick me up?
Okay, so the lead the lead agent, I forgot what I named him, Williams, I think so. He stands up, stretches. All right, have a seat, Johnson. I'll speak with the police when they arrive. And Johnson sits down with your laptop.
While these guys are doing, he says he's going to talk to the police when the police get here. I go ahead and I do letter of the law because he gave me his name, and
You need your laptop for that.
I put both. I can't do it on my phone.
I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, sure. Do it on your phone.
Let me. Okay. But I put it in there that, and there's a dice roll associated with this.
Yeah.
Where is it? Letter of the law. Hunter difficulty ranges from 3 to 5. 3 for local offenses. So that means it have to get 3 or more successes.
Yep. Yeah. This is local.
Okay.
Now,
Yeah,
if
so
you
basically,
want, you can add the
he's
desperation dice. Well, no, because you're inquisitive. No, you can't. Never mind.
But I'm gonna put that he's wanted for questioning in the disappearance of 7 women.
Oh, you're adding that to to the agent.
The one who gave me his name,
Okay.
to the agent who's going outside to talk to the cops that gave me
Okay.
his name.
Okay. Make your roll.
And then I also messaged Jasper to say I'm in trouble.
I guess I'll message it back. What kind of trouble?
Two quote unquote FBI agents are here trying to confiscate my computer and take me in.
How? Where are you located?
Waterburger on Dyer.
How? Just out of curiosity, how far is the drone from that location?
You are downtown. So.
Oh, never mind.
Well,
Yeah, it's
what can
like,
you do remotely? Not to turn this into cyberpunk.
No, you cut out a little. I didn't hear you.
He said,
I
"What can you
said,
do?"
you know,
remotely?"
what can you do remotely?
I have global access, but I just have information. I can just get information. I can't mess with it.
Can you get a live feed?
If I head there, yeah, but it'll take 30 minutes, and I gotta stop trailing the
Okay.
Man in Black.
No, I meant the Whataburger security cameras.
Can I do that?
You
Can I hack and send
Yep.
them the feed?
Yep. Go ahead and hit your
Okay. Yeah.
global whatever's.
Global access,
That's
intelligence plus technology, because I can speak. Intelligence plus technology, because I'm intelligent.
Oh Jesus!
Yep. you
All
failed.
right, how's that?
You failed to get into the Whataburger security.
Whataburger.
It's
What?
just
How much
it's
do you
just
need to
too
get into
hard.
Whataburger security?
he was trying to get in Whataburger security.
It's
to
because
get eyes on you, I guess.
one hand
yeah,
is taking
you find
one hand is taking care of it.
Agent
I had 6 successes.
Agent Johnson, and you change him so that he's wanted for the murders of 7 people. And hopefully when the police arrive in a minute, it'll give you a nice chance to escape. And they do. The police car pulls up, the lights on, and he goes out to meet them. Just wait right here, Miss Levington. The other agent says, sitting down at the table with across from you.
I'm also gonna send a signal to my computer to wipe itself right now.
Okay.
I can get my stuff back off the cloud, but
Yeah.
that way they have nothing.
Your computer's wiped. The police draw pistols on him. And he takes a step back and holds up his hands.
What is this
Any-
part? Is this partner paying more attention to me or more attention to him?
He's looking outside now like, what the fuck? And the the lead agent, they bring him down to his knees. He lays down. And they, get over him and handcuff him. And the agent who is at your table gets up and starts walking outside. So now's your chance to escape if you want to try and find another exit or something.
Yeah, does he have my computer?
Probably.
Like
If
I said, doesn't matter. I had it
roll a 1 or
wiped.
a 2, he leaves your computer behind because he's stupid.
Okay. Nope, he takes it with him.
Delayed roll
So
sound.
I'm gonna go ahead and just back out and just go out the other exit.
Okay. A couple of other,
And just very, very
the people
quietly.
that work here and a couple of other people who were in here sitting at tables, they were looking at you and watching. And one of them waves for you, just go, hurry, go.
So
Okay.
it's just like, yeah, I slink out of there quickly as I can.
Yep. And you're out. And now they are arresting the other agent too. I mean, that shit will be cleared up by morning. But yeah, that was a really
But
smart
I'm out
way
of there.
That was a really smart way to get out of there. And it's too bad Jasper's phone
I
wasn't
almost
here. He
didn't
could have told you who these
That's
guys
true.
were.
Damn it.
Oh. Actually, my plan was to start making gunfire through the speaker, so I'm glad that it worked out fine.
Okay.
Dang, really would have gone cyberpunk.
Yep. So now you know Googling a certain few keywords puts you on somebody's radar immediately. That's something to take note of.
Yeah, silly me. I'm gonna have to use a VPN from now on.
The gray
My arrogance.
The gray suit man is driving into the west side as the drone follows him. Don't have. I did actually have restaurant scene I could have used, but it's not a Whataburger.
Sorry.
Okay. So Jasper, your drone follows him to the same mansion that. Oh, you weren't here. You were with Jordan on the mansion. It follows you to a mansion that fits the description that they gave you. There's a guard post outside. And it's in the same neighborhood that they told you it was.
Do I notice any security?
Yes.
Like, I mean, like cameras or anything like that.
Yes. There are cameras and there are
Okay,
guards.
so I'm.
He pulls up to the guard station, has a couple words with someone, with one of the guards, and then goes up the driveway up to the house.
I follow him.
Okay.
I
make a
mean,
stealth
it.
roll.
Oh, is right. Technology, wit, mid.
6 dice. Yep, you did pretty good. And I got 1, 2. I got 4, which is nowhere near as good as you, but it's not too bad considering I only rolled 5 dice. He gets out of the car and goes walking up to the front of the house, where a couple of other guards, these ones with machine guns, stand aside and open the door for him. And he goes inside. And then they close the door.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. I guess I'm gonna try and just. I don't. Are there any lights on by any chance? Like, did I see any lights on?
Yep, there are lights on all over the place.
Oh. I guess. I'm gonna try and snoop around the windows just to see if I can see him walking by and following his trail through it that way.
Okay. You don't. Inside the windows, you see pretty much the house is empty. Occasionally, you see a couple of men in black talking to each other. And you see a few people who are just dressed in nice suits, dressed in nice dresses. Let's roll a random die.
How many? I mean, what
I'm
side?
doing
10? Oh,
You
okay.
do catch a glimpse. It's distant, and you don't get to see very much, and you certainly don't get to hear anything. But you see the man in gray stop, and he is talking to a blonde man and whatever Jack looks like. I don't remember what Jack looks like. They're having a conversation. Boom.
So how good of an image am I seeing? Like, am I able to show these the other guys like, hey, look at these, and they can see things, or it's just kind of like blurry?
Pictures. You know, you can even get some zoomed in pictures. You're too far to hear anything, and they're nowhere
Outside.
near a window. Is the main problem. Like you're looking down a hallway and catching.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess for now I'll just wait around to see if anything happens, like if they leave or yeah.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what does happen. They leave, and about 10 minutes from now, after they leave, another drone comes right in front of you, right in your field of vision. It looks extremely similar to yours.
Does it have any like distinguishing marks or logos or anything?
It does not. It does not say Archer across the side.
Hack it.
It flashes a red and yellow light at you.
Do I know what that is?
Nope.
You're caught.
No, but I mean, okay. I wasn't sure if it was like some kind of specific scanning.
Yeah.
So So what do you do?
I'm going to, I guess, turn to leave, but like fly casually.
Okay. It's following you. On the plus side, a couple of minutes
It's
go by
following
and
him?
nobody shoots you down. So that's good.
So, in this area that we are there any like woods or forests that I can try and lose it in? Like any kind of debris that I'm passing?
That's a good question. Is this a neighborhood or is it a isolated building?
It's a neighborhood.
It's an upscale
a
neighborhood
very
where
upscale
everything is.
neighborhood.
Hmm.
There
Ooh,
is
if it is, then
there is some mountains, like not a cliff, but you know, I guess it's kind of a cliff. You don't want to drive off of it.
so
And a bunch
so
of
I'm assuming
deserty
there's a lot of those
mountainside.
what do you call those trees? Those thick, luscious trees, the green ones. And they're always in like all the rich. You always see them in like in movies with like
Yeah,
Palm
there
trees?
are quite a bit
Huh.
of trees, and you know the rich people have a lot
Can
of
I-
trees.
Yeah. I think they're pine trees.
Mm.
Yeah.
Can I? Is there any of the like? Am I passing any bushes or anything where I can try to hide inside one of those?
Sure. Yeah, sure. You just go inside one.
Yeah.
Okay. If you get a stick caught inside one of your propellers, your drone's gonna go down.
Well, so will theirs.
Yeah. Just making sure.
Well,
that you
there,
realize
yeah.
that.
But I mean, even if it goes down, it you can go back and get it. Well, okay. If I turn a corner, would there be any like vehicles for me to glide under instead?
Maybe.
Like I think that's a little bit
Maybe
safer.
you haven't turned
Like
the corner
uplift
yet.
it. Like what do you call those? Okay, so I'm gonna keep going until there's like a house that I can turn and then try to like hide underneath
Okay.
and look for something to hide real quick.
It's not very far behind you. It's going to be really tough to escape unless you're faster.
All right.
Like I said, there's one thing going for you. They did not shoot you out of the sky. That's what you should
Yeah.
have expected to happen.
That's what I thought was gonna happen.
Okay, so yeah, you go zooming underneath the car, it follows.
I mean, I guess I'm just gonna. Yeah, I guess I'll just follow his advice and just kind of like keep going
Okay, you gonna
until
try and
like
escape?
it gets bored.
Until it gets bored. You're gonna
I
try and
mean-
escape. Okay. We're
Yeah,
gonna roll,
I'll just try to.
we're
like,
gonna
get it.
roll yours versus his, and it's basically like a driving contest of a chase. So go ahead
Yep.
and make your
You don't want to do
10
like
die
a.
roll. Well,
Oh.
you're not actually rolling that. So you're gonna roll.
Drive, not drive, not drive, not drive, not drive.
Yeah, I think it should be drive, but it's not gonna be drive. We're gonna use technology.
I knew it.
We're gonna do wits and technology, and I guess you can still add your 3. Everything still fits. And
That's-
I'm going to roll 7 dice. Let's see. I got 1, 2, 3. That ain't very good. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, after a few, quick turns and tight rolls, You start gaining some ground, and eventually you have too much of a lead, and they give up. But he chased you for about 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go back to Sarah. What are you doing now?
I'm taking a circuitous route away.
Okay, you still got back in your car?
Yeah.
Okay. So you
I'm kind of-
probably have a VPN on your laptop already, and they still came immediately and found you, by the way.
I'll have to look into that. But yeah, great. Now what do I do?
Do you go home? They called you by name, so they know who you were.
Well,
They're also
I'm
in
gonna
jail.
hide in the safe house and. True.
You're gonna go back to Jordan's safe house?
Yeah, he won't mind.
I mean, you can ask him anyway. You guys are in pretty much constant contact.
Anyone? Okay, never mind. For a moment, you cut out there.
So yeah, I'll message Jordan and tell him, hey, can I use your safe house?
I message back. Sure. Give tell her where the spare key is, and the deactivation code, and said when you get there, reactivate the alarm.
I'm sure.
So
Jack
I'm gonna
also
go
texted
back to
you
his
back
place.
something, but I don't know what it was, so it's not really gonna matter.
Yeah, no.
Probably that he's gonna
so
look into it or something.
Well, he'll respawn when he gets a chance to respawn.
Yeah.
But what I'm gonna do is I'm going to very elaborately continue to develop this case against these guys so they can't get out.
Okay.
And literally find missing persons that I can attach them to.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like another roll.
Yep, that's another.
I'll roll again. I'll roll again. Not as successful.
Okay, when you get in there, it's already been cleared. Like someone used the
crap.
exact same ability you have and went in and cleared it. So it's up to you if you're gonna put it back or do whatever.
I'm literally going to find 7 unsolved mysteries of recent origin
and then reattach them to him.
And tie him to it.
Okay.
And then I'm going to
Put an APB out on
do
it.
something. Yeah.
Okay. Then you're gonna do what?
But then the other thing I'm gonna need to do is turn off the tracking on my phone.
Okay. How do you do that? In movies, they destroy their phone.
Well, as an IT expert, I don't think she has to resort to that.
Probably not, but I don't know. We're gonna say, as an IT expert, you probably know how to do it without just destroying your phone.
Yep.
Yeah. That makes sense. Okay. And back in the car. This is much later in the evening now. It's like 2 in the morning. And Jordan and Jorge are still in there watching the front. It's been 4 hours already. 5 hours. Been 5 hours.
So I told her, you're never going to catch any ghosts if you're just whispering into a hot dog.
Okay.
You win.
I was trying to like find a funny conversation
Yeah,
to start it.
That's good. Is Serious Jess still here? Maybe we lost him with the long, not Jorge.
I think he's muted.
Yeah, he's muted.
Did he fall asleep?
Maybe that's why he muted himself so we wouldn't hear him
When
snore.
I just looked at it a second ago, it was green. If he says anything, it turns green.
Even when it's muted?
It does say muted.
Yeah, it does say muted. I don't know. I mean, we're talking about it, so if he was awake, he would hear us saying that he's muted and hear what I'm saying. So. Okay,
Yeah.
well, how about this?
Yeah, if you try to talk when you're muted, it doesn't turn green. So I just checked.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but he would hear us. So. It's like 2 in the morning when a car pulls up and Knuckle Duster gets in it.
Okay.
I mean, he's actually waiting outside the main entrance of the hospital for like a minute or two, and then a car pulls up and he gets in.
Okay, so, man, I assume they drive off.
And then they drive off. You guys follow?
All right. Yeah.
Okay. Make me a wits and stealth roll. Just to try
What's
to
in stealth?
Wits and stealth. You're trying to avoid. How about composure and stealth? That sounds. Whichever one of those you have better. Both of those sound.
Okay.
And,
Composure.
yeah, and basically we're just rolling to see
Composure.
if you can, follow him without being spotted. That's pretty good. We're gonna say you were able to follow without being spotted. I'm not gonna roll. I would need 8 dice. I'm not gonna get 8 dice. Oh, that 0 doesn't count as 3. You actually only have 2. I do need to roll.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2. All right, we got the same. Okay. You want to
Is that
spend
a
willpower
reroll?
point? If you want to spend a willpower point for rerolls, I won't even make you reroll them. You'll just win.
All right, I'll do that.
Okay, then just knock off the willpower point, and and he never spots you. We'll assume that one of the dice you reroll gets filled. And he goes to that same mansion, to that same manor house, where Jasper's drone just was, and where Jorge was earlier. So,
Okay. And now
Dr.
that
De Leon is
I'm
like,
here-
this is that house where we went to.
Okay. So now that I'm here, I can, try and like see, what they've got going on, and hopefully in a non, in a way that doesn't throw me off. So, do I notice the guards?
Yep.
Hello?
The car pulls up to the guards. They have a couple of words, and then the car goes inside.
And I can see the guards are armed with machine guns.
No, the guards at the front of the house are armed with machine guns. The guards out here are armed with handguns.
Okay. Well, if that's the case, I'm gonna just continue driving by as though I'm minding my own business.
Okay.
Because there's not much more I can collect from that.
No, there's not really. This manor house seems to be their home base.
Yeah. So I take note of the address to research about it later, and just try and casually drive by as though I hadn't been paying attention at all.
Okay. All right. And then, really, that's all you guys can do tonight, other than your own kind of research.
Well, after that, I think I'd head to the safe house.
Okay.
So like reconnoiter.
Okay. And you guys all reconnect at the safe house. You might as well all. And it's up to
Yeah.
Jasper.
That's a good
Jasper
place to
probably
meet,
should bring his
next
phone
time.
to do minor repairs
Yeah,
and
and
recharge it.
that's what I was gonna say.
But I mean, you're still
We
in
haven't all-
conversation with them, so. Okay,
Yeah.
we'll just spend the rest of the night. You guys can talk and decide what you're doing or whatever, and then we'll just be done when you guys are ready to be done.
I guess the
We
first
didn't
thing
get
I'll do
our
is I'll
occult
show them the
research
video
done.
that I got of the free.
Yeah, you show them the video.
So
Yeah,
so
the
Sarah
three people
tells
talking.
us what happens. Yeah.
Okay, so
Oh, wait,
Sarah,
yeah.
when he shows the video, the three people that are talking, down that hallway that he doesn't get a very good shot of, one of them is your dad.
No wonder why he didn't answer my message.
I'm pretty sure he answered your message. I'm pretty sure he answered your message with something like, I don't think of some Jack thing that he would have said. Whatever he would have said, it wouldn't have mattered because he was too far away and couldn't do anything about it.
Sestonn, I do have a question.
Yeah.
When Archer had the video, was taking picture of the video, and he saw Jack, was the blank body camera running? Do we know if Jack's
that's a
a
good
blank
question.
body?
Does it work through the window? That I'm not sure though. That's the thing. I don't know.
I'm
if it
just
was-
saying, this
That's
is
up
a
to you.
good
Why
chance
don't we
to
roll
find
a
out or not.
die? And,
Does infrared? Hold on.
honestly,
Let me Google
probably.
this. Does infrared work through glass? I think it does.
I think it does.
But I mean, at this point, Jasper would be keeping that
Yeah.
reading out all the time. So,
Well, you can't.
like, when
you can't have it on all the time. You can't follow anybody if you don't see them. But you turn it on.
Right.
Every time there's a new person, you turn it on.
Right.
So,
right.
So yes, you can see infrared through glass.
So yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
To you.
Jack is a blank
The
body.
secret is out.
The secret is out.
All right. So how does Sarah react to that?
Damn it! You guys, we gotta talk. All right. So I told you I was trying to look up what a blank body could be, and I came up with a few possibilities, but I was able to eliminate all of them except for vampire.
Mhm. I guess Knuckle Duster wasn't too far off. Alright then.
This also means I have to be very careful around my dad.
Yeah. Alright. With that bit of revelation and hearing everything is kind of focusing back on to the mansion, Jordan goes digging in his stuff and starts distributing pistols. I don't know if everyone's packing, but from this point on, I think we need to be prepared.
Do you give them
Oh,
the
I'd rather
pistols you
have
were
one
talking
that
to me
can't
about, or
trace
do you
back
give
to
them
me.
a
Yeah.
actual modern day useful pistol?
No, the ones I was telling you about.
Okay. He gives you like
So what are
a
these?
museum piece pistol from 1800s.
They are black powder pistols, and from a legal perspective, they do not qualify as a handgun, but that is a distinction that a police officer will not realize in the moment. Also, I would suggest to everyone that do not use these as guns. Use these as knives that go bang. Jab them in the ribs and pull the trigger. That way, everybody can, will be about the safest way that you guys can use it. And once you use them up, just stick them in your pocket, because there's no way in hell that you're going to be able to reload and be effective at any in time. So I think everybody needs to be armed as much as they can be. If you get pulled over by a cop, drop this and kick it under your driver's seat. As I said, this is not a distinction that the police will get in the moment. So if we have to deal with the police, that is.
By the way, since it's already come up at least once tonight, let me bring up a distinction for you guys of what the world of darkness is. This is a dark reflection of our world. This is a world where every cop is bribable. This is a world where you can't depend on the law to be on your side, ever. This is a world where the FBI can come in and just take you because there's nothing anybody can do about it. It's a dark reflection of our world where the 1% has twice the money they have now, and all the poor people have half the money they have now. And there's a lot more of them.
So, yeah.
Just keep that in mind. You can always attempt to bribe a cop.
Huh.
Or a judge.
But I think it's safe to say that with the drone that chased Archer, our enemy knows that there's someone after them. And what's more is those guards were not packing tiny little pistols. We're talking about moneyed defenses here. And at this point, I think we have to look at what we're trying to accomplish here, because the further that we're doing this research, it seems like we are no longer hunting an individual, but we are hunting an organization. And with that being the case, I think we need to pay attention and decide what exactly we want out of this. I'm not saying that we walk away, but I think we may need to settle with a smaller version of victory here.
And what would you say our victory conditions are?
That's what I'm posing to the group, because this is definitely larger than what I could just pull out of my ass.
I say that if we can stop. Sorry.
Out of character, I think this is part of a conversation that everybody needs to be involved in.
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise,
out of character, I think
otherwise
you guys
we're
should
making
still stick
decisions for
with
everybody.
hunting the men in gray. I think that's a reasonable task.
Yeah.
But if you guys want to try and take out Prince James's new house, you're all gonna die. But if that's the way you want to go for it.
Oh no,
There's
Jasper
never
was just
been
going
a
to say
better
that
time to
if
try
like,
and take out the Camarilla of the city.
What was Jasper gonna say?
Oh, if he could just if you can just reduce the lives lost a little bit, that'd be okay. But he doesn't have any data to actually prove that they did it or not. That's why I'm like, wait, no, he doesn't know how bad it is.
All we know is that he did Knuckle Duster's mother dirty.
Yeah. I mean, it's like stop at least one killer.
All right.
Are you going to?
As far as I'm concerned, I think
from the downtown events.
Oh yeah. I'll show them that too, cause yeah. With the
Snipers killed
especially
two of his
that part
men.
with the
Sniper shot him twice. He fell to his knees, but it certainly didn't kill him.
so. Add regeneration to the list.
Yeah, but who's the guy with the sword? He's definitely not a blank body.
Well, I don't know if it's regeneration because there was no blood, right? Like,
Yep.
if I remember correctly.
There were red spots, but certainly didn't like soak up his shirt or anything like it should have.
Yeah, there
just
was
a red spot.
There was nowhere near.
Yeah, there was nowhere near the blood loss there should have been.
Black Rose.
And how do we feel about this pulling
He was
his sword out of a pocket
yeah,
thing?
he pulled his sword out of the pocket. Also, the man with the white hair called him Ortiz, so you do have a name. And he called the man with the white hair Wright. So you have a couple of names. Also, you have the
So
not really name, but the moniker of Black Rose. He was told to go and tell the Black Rose something.
Can I look up the name, the name right, and maybe see if anything pops up?
Yeah, you're gonna pull up like, I don't know. There's probably like 15 families or something in El Paso with that name. Maybe only like 10. I don't know. None of them fit his description.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't go outside much.
Or have a social media account, which I guess makes
Nope,
sense.
He doesn't. He just likes to chill and drink the wine.
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 In one of the previous sessions, did I ever look up? Because I can't remember if it was. Did Jasper look up that house that they got to? Because I know he wasn't there, but I remember I don't.
You guys looked it up.
Did anybody
it is
look up?
owned by James Clark, who is a
Right.
millionaire philanthropist in the city. He's into politics and he owns a bunch of museums. He does own the Rose Garden. The Rose Garden, the city's Rose Garden, is a privately owned thing. It's not run by the city, and he owns it. He owns a bunch of museums, and he does a lot of charity work stuff. You don't find any pictures of him by daylight, though.
So, Sarah, about these vampires, did it say how to kill them? Like, I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of stories, but like
everything that she's read is straight out of Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Yeah.
That's it. It's just pop culture.
And off of this website that just kind of, it was a literature website that combed for monster references.
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean, there's people on there talking about how vampires are real and stuff, but this is not something that you guys should be 100% sure of yet. But it does give you a for sure.
I think we kind of need to research at the Black Pussy, because we might be able to get access to books that will not tip off the FBI or whoever they claim to be.
Did Jasper actually work with the FBI, or
I don't know.
was
He could be
it a
bringing
group
that up
that worked?
right now if he wants. Maybe he wants to keep it secret from you. He could be telling you guys about that anti-blank body task force he was part of.
Well, I mean, I did. Didn't I say that he was a?
You said it was a task force. You didn't say which branch.
An organization.
Yeah, you didn't say what branch of the law enforcement organizations it's from. You didn't say that.
Oh.
So,
I mean, yeah.
Here's the question. Would it have been possible because we hadn't really talked about my Google glasses.
I'm sorry, what?
Yes. we hadn't talked about when and how I was going to be wearing my Google glasses.
Okay, yeah. Let's
Would
talk
it
about
have
that.
been reasonable that I would have been wearing them the whole entire time?
Sure. Yep. You still have to,
Thing cut out?
No.
in order to activate your thing, you'll have to like actively touch your fingertip to it or something.
But it's an active role, not a passive.
Right.
Well, no, because I'm looking at pictures of these glasses and they clearly have a camera on them.
Oh, wait.
But that would have had to have been a conscious decision then for me to just sit there and take video and pictures, right?
Yep.
Did I miss out on that opportunity is what I'm asking.
They would have took your glasses, so it's up to you.
Well, they didn't take her phone.
No, they didn't
I
take her
mean,
phone.
you
They
know,
take her computer.
They focused on the laptop, so it's not
They would have
unreasonable
focused on
that
her
they
phone-
wouldn't take the
on her
glasses.
glasses too if she was wearing them.
All
I
right,
mean,
then
like,
it would have
Well-
sucked to just lose my glasses as soon as I finished making them.
I mean, like, did when Sarah
Let me
Sarah
look
tell
up-
us about
Let me look
the
up
whole
Google
FBI
Glass
thing?
and see how much it looks like just normal ass glasses.
They don't.
They don't. Yeah, then they would.
They
know.
look nothing like normal ass
Yeah,
glasses.
so he would know. So yeah, if you had them
Hold
on,
up,
they
Rachel.
would.
Alright. Seeing that this would have been a after the fact, situation, I think it's kind of,
Yeah.
And what's more is you were there semi-relaxing,
Right.
so I think it would make sense that you didn't have them on at the moment.
Yeah, but that's still kind of a weakness.
Mm.
Because what if they were? I would have been open to manipulation.
Yep.
Just
Well,
saying.
just wearing them doesn't make it on. It's an active power that you have to put on. It's not a passive power.
Yeah.
You are not constantly protected from vampire powers. Let's see.
No, I need to get the perk that says. There's a perk that goes with it, but I don't have the points.
Hands free.
So long as they
Yeah.
hold their object to focus, see, the hunter is immune to supernatural abilities. You have to have it on, but
Yeah.
Hands
you have
free.
to.
the
Yeah.
hunter no longer needs to rely on an object of focus to use this edge. You still have to use it on purpose. You just would no longer
Well-
need the Google Glass.
Well, it's one of
never,
these,
it's
and
never a
it-
passive ability that's just on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's I would say in the how science instead of occult, I'd say that instead of Google glasses you had like smart contacts.
Do those
No, the
exist?
Google Glass is good.
Sorta. There are contacts that do allow a level of zoom. So,
Oh.
but we are
Haven't
talking
met them.
about
Yet.
No, just leave with the Google Glass. That's
But
good.
then
Don't
again,
worry
this
about it.
is an alternate. This is an alternate reality, so it's fine. The
You
Google
guys
glasses
also don't
are
have
fine.
spycraft money.
Oh.
Jasper has a little bit of spycraft stuff, but that's because he makes it himself.
Wait, what? Don't they have what? What are my resources?
I don't know,
Oh, no,
probably
it's
not
just
very
two.
much. Your resources are for drug dealing, so you haven't
Yeah.
talked to that about them either.
Yeah.
Doesn't really matter.
it's one of these.
Okay,
I am
well, everybody gets 5
comfortably-
experience. Even
Woo!
Serious Jester fell asleep. I guess he fell asleep.
We don't know. He could have been dragged to something with his little kid because
He might have been,
he
yeah.
has an adorable kid.
Mhm.
Yep, so everybody gets 5 experience.
Yay.
I will tag Serious Jester and tell him to. I don't want to tag him right now. I'll do it in the morning. His phone might go off and wake him up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I guess we can
Oh,
stop.
I was gonna say too,
Yeah,
like,
you got something to say? Say.
Great.
oh, Sarah, I was gonna say, if Sarah could have just said the names, would Jasper have recognized the name if she said it, like the FBI agent's name? When did she put the
Yes, he would
the
have.
global wax?
Yes, he would have.
So yeah, I would have told them the names when I
Was,
brought them up to speed with what happened.
Johnson and something else. Williams and Johnson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yes, you
I still
recognize
prefer
those
redacted.
names. Yep, you recognize them, and they work as a team.
Okay, so that all right. Well, we'll know we'll have a what do you call it? A thread for next time.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll have a plan. I mean, yeah, you can decide how much you want to. You'll have all 2 weeks to decide what you want to say about that.
Okay.
I think
and
it's safe
want
to say
open our
that
scene, I want to open our next session with a scene that is Jack, Ortiz, and Prince James talking about being kicked
I
out of
think our
downtown.
danger rating went up.
I don't think so.
Oh yeah, that I'm interested in.
I don't think your danger rating went up.
Really?
Because
Okay.
Because here, and I'll tell you why. This is out of character information because you guys think the danger rating went up. Because the FBI that were after Sarah are real FBI, and the drone that chased Jasper's drone is also FBI. It was not. It was not
Okay.
a vampire drone. It was a Second Inquisition drone that recognized
So
Oh, the
someone,
bottle.
so
that
ostensibly
someone else's drone. It's not supposed
so
to be here.
ostensibly we kind of did like a secondary danger level.
Yeah,
from
yeah,
a
you
different
basically
source.
rose. Yeah, you basically rose to danger level 2 from the
The
FBI's
Second Inquisition.
Second Inquisition task force. Yeah. Yep. And that is
Oh, goody.
because, well, I mean, not Sarah's part of it, but Jasper's part in it was because of a flaw he took.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
I gotta look into this. Flaw. Oh, okay. I know what it is.
Okay, I think we're all good.
All right.
Let's stop recording.
All right.
Stop recording.